Vitamin C in skincare, it's a hero ingredient. But why so many vitamin C products smell like oranges? Shall we talk? With a beautiful tie and in good mood. Hello, welcome back skincare people. This is the Age Traveler, a channel where we try to make logic out of the ocean of ingredients out there. In this series called The Perfect Formula, we try to understand where each ingredient belongs, and more than talking solely about ingredients, we try to find a skin biology based logic for the perfect skincare combinations. My name is Custodio. I work in the cosmetic skincare industry for about 30 years by now, and I still have a lot of passion for this industry. I think it's a beautiful industry to work in, especially because you're always learning and learning new things. So today we are talking about vitamin C in skincare. And I just began saying that why, for God's sake, most products containing vitamin C smell like oranges. But we're going to talk more useful information in this video. Namely, end of the video, I want to answer you what's best. Topical application of vitamin C or vitamin C as a food supplement and as an ingredient, as a vitamin in your diet. I just want in 2 minutes to explain you that I did some homework before talking about vitamin C. The series is called The Perfect Formula because I created my personal pyramid, some homework, some work of love and affection, trying, as I say, to organize all these ingredients out there. And the Perfect Formula pyramid, it's something that will always be used in this series as a backbone. If you are interested to check and to go into the pyramid, I will link the website where you can find this pyramid, which is of course my Swiss line, my brand, lovely brand. And why do I insist in this? Because I believe that nowadays a lot of us are confused in swimming the ocean of ingredients because we lack the logic, the backbone and the skin biology logic to prioritize what are the real important ingredients beyond what the brands want before the marketing got on the way. What is that the skin, the human skin, really understands and really wants. So I'll just recap and inform you that in the previous videos we've been in the basis of the pyramid, and the basis of the pyramid, it's, as the name says, everything which is the base of good skincare. So we talk mostly about hydration and about energy. These are the two things, NMF, ATP, these are the two things that your skin loves and that your skin needs before anything else. So these are the essentials. And then you have essential protections from the two most age-promoting problems, which are the UV exposure, the UV light, the UV stress, and the silent inflammation. So here we talk about the good SPFs with the good textures and the madecassoside in the case of Swiss line, some other anti-inflammatory ingredients. So I just invite you to check back in the series if you haven't done so, if it's the first time you visit the Age Traveler. If you already know the channel, of course, I'm very happy that you are here. For you and for the others, I also want to remind you that in this series, in the end of the video, I normally announce a free product from my brand Swiss line. And I just put up the picture of the very kind Daphne from Malaysia who won the product of the video about SPF. So back to my pyramid, my beloved homework. We've seen the basis, and this is the first video of the series where we'll step up to the core. And core means more depth, more crucial, essential, deep actions within our skin. While the bases refer mostly to the essentials for skin life and for skin protection, the core refers to what makes skin survive, to be resilient, to form a barrier. So we will have beautiful ingredients in this series like ceramides, amino acids, antioxidants, vitamin C being one of the antioxidants, niacinamide, pre and probiotics. So vitamin C in skincare, why is it a hero? Because it has this brightening power and it's a fantastic antioxidant. It is mostly its antioxidant power that makes it such a hero. But you know that the power of an antioxidant, the strength of an antioxidant, it's also its weakness. It oxidizes. I think that antioxidants are like sacrifice molecules. They basically offer themselves to the free radicals so that the free radicals attach to the antioxidants instead of attaching to cells. So the life cycle of an antioxidant is very tragic because the more the antioxidant works, the more the antioxidant is unstable and its life in the formula, it's a question mark. So I have to say already from the beginning, so you know where I stand, in the series we will talk about several antioxidants, and vitamin C, it's not my favorite one. And the reason why it's not my favorite one in topical skincare, it's exactly because of this instability. But on the other hand, I like it because of the brightening effect. Not so much that I believe as an antioxidant, it's the sole formula. And differently from so many other ingredients, which if unstable, we don't have a crystal ball to know what's happening, vitamin C actually confesses that it's unstable because we can see with the naked eye when vitamin C oxidizes in the formula, because normally it turns from a clear formula to a yellowish orange formula, and then the orange can darken. Whether after oxidized the vitamin C, so the product that turned orange and dark orange, is that vitamin still bioavailable? So is it still working as an antioxidant? And the answer, which there is quite a lot of evidence, is that it's much less. So when oxidized, vitamin C will lose a lot of its potency. Overall, we should be very proactive when using products with vitamin C. Instead of relying only on the formula, the technology and the brand, we should ourselves as users be proactive, meaning that after opening a product with vitamin C, we should use it in a time frame of 1-2 months. So cosmetic industry has for the past decades tried to invent and reinvent stabilized formulas of vitamin C. I want to add stabilized when saying the word because they are more stable than the pure active form of vitamin C, but don't be fooled in no way when water is present in the formula, because water contains oxygen and oxygen from the environment dissolves in water. So whenever there is water in the formula, and those are the most cosmetically elegant formulas, which are serums that don't feel oily, and those are the products that probably you prefer to use. So the industry has at large create molecules where vitamin C, it's coated, it's balanced out with other elements. So we come to names other than ascorbic acid by itself, like ascorbyl glucoside, glucoside. So it's basically vitamin C where glucose is coating, and you know that sugar preserves food as well. And I'm not advocating that you should eat sugar. Last video we just talked about glycation, but here we are talking about a sugar which is for sure not coming to your bloodstream. It's just coating that vitamin C so that in the formula the oxygen it's less likely to create oxidation on the vitamin C. Then we have also magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, which has the nickname of MAP. So forget about the phosphate, which is a chemical way to stabilize it, but think about the magnesium. So now we have a mineral coating. The same idea, just a different performance, and depending on the finish formula, if you want it more acidic, less acidic, so for less acidic, actually, the magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, it's a good way to go. I like both. I like the ascorbyl glucoside, the magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, and then you have, after MAP, we have SAP, which is sodium ascorbyl phosphate. So it's a salt version of the coating of the molecule. You still need to help your formula. You keep the product away from the sunshine, from high temperatures. You need to also be discerning when buying that vitamin C. You know, a lot of merchandising and retail flashy locations tend to have super heated shelves where lights are very strong, and those lights have such a high temperature on the products that it could happen when you buy your vitamin C. It is already partly oxidized just because of exposure to high temperature. So be wise, be discerning when buying your vitamin C. It is a potent ingredient, but you need to work with it. So the oil-soluble forms of vitamin C can be like ascorbyl palmitate, which is basically an ester together with palmitic acid, a more sophisticated palmitate, which is ascorbyl tetraisopalmitate. This is an ester which came out a lot in the industry as one of the most stable esters, which of course your skin needs to convert into active vitamin C. And here we land on one of the reasons for some brands to still stick to the very active ascorbic acid in the pure form, which is the most unstable, because all these more stabilized and more derivative forms of vitamin C need to be converted in the skin after the topical application, which means that when you think the concentration of active ingredient which is released on the skin cannot be compared to those high concentrations of the pure thing, should the pure thing still be bioavailable when you apply it. Do you understand a little bit why we are always having this feeling that it's like a dog chasing the tail? And that's why I say that for me vitamin C, it's not my favorite antioxidants if seen alone. If it's part of a well-balanced formula where you combine it with other ingredients, and that's also why a lot of brands use complementary ingredients like ferulic acid, which are antioxidants themselves, but antioxidants that can also benefit the stability of the vitamin C. So as one of my favorite products with vitamin C, because I'm an old man and my 50 years make me very aware of what was coming out in the 90s, the first brand, which nowadays it's a brand belonging to L'Oreal, which is called Helena Rubinstein, one of the queens of beauty, together with Estée Lauder and Elizabeth Arden, these three women that hated each other. I mean, especially Elizabeth Arden and Helena Rubinstein, because they were older before Estée Lauder. This is the brand that came out with, to my knowing, the first product I remember with L-ascorbic acid. And it's still around, even though it has been formulated. It's called Forci, and it contains three of those very stabilized formulas, so ascorbyl glucoside, the magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, and the sodium ascorbyl phosphate. It's one of the most expensive products, but it's one product, at least for an old man like me, which still represents some authority about good vitamin C. There is one for face and one for eyes. Then pure L-ascorbic acid. So the form I consider the most unstable, but for sure the most active. You have it in the vitamin C, 15% ferulic acid from SkinCeuticals. You have the same 15% from Paula's Choice. These are two very, very similar products. You have Drunk Elephant, Firm Day or Day Firm. I don't remember. It's one of the two. Sorry, Drunk Elephant. But it's a product I already tried a few years ago. My Swiss line, we have developed a booster under Age Intelligence, which is 10% using L-ascorbic acid and the sodium ascorbyl phosphate. I really like the sodium ascorbyl phosphate because the salt also helps the active vitamin, the coating, and the acidic pH. It's not so low and so acidic that the formula also, when entering the skin, it's immediately so reactive. As oil soluble example, I go to Dr. Perricone, where exactly these more sophisticated palmitate esters came out to my knowing. It has always been a credo of the brand. So of course I remember that in the beginning of the video I also said that I would answer how important vitamin C as a food supplement and part of your diet could be. And here we go beyond the antioxidant benefits, which are part of course of vitamin C also as a food supplement, but we touch something super important which makes vitamin C in your diet and maybe vitamin C as a supplement as very important, which is building collagen. We will, when going up the perfect formula pyramid, talk about collagen, talk how important this protein is for the skin, but just take your note that from all the vitamins, the one related to collagen building, vitamin C, it's actually the key. Vitamin C, it's a cofactor of two enzymes who promote the helix, the formation of the fibers of collagen. So the healing, the strengthening of connective tissue relies a lot on vitamin C presence in our diet. And that's it. So just closing, 2-3 things, final notes. One, as promised as well, that I want to give away one of our boosters with vitamin C from Swiss line. We use vitamin C in a lot of brightening formulas for pigmentation, but this booster with the 10% sodium ascorbyl phosphate, I think is the best way for you to try vitamin C in the case of our formulations. So leave some comments below as usual, send some emails to the H Traveler asking questions, making comments, and out of that exchange I always pick up one person to send you the product home. Not only giving away products, from the beginning I promised that I will always wear a different tie, and in the last videos I have missed out on making comments about the ties, and Yunela from Romania, so you see I pay attention to what you write. You made a comment in one of the last videos that, so for you that you were complaining I no longer mention my ties today, and it's the first day of almost summer weather in Switzerland. I picked one of my favorite summer ties, which is a Gucci, but from the Tom Ford period, which has these painted flamingos. I will then come closer to the camera so you can see it properly. And after the little cartoon with the avatar Custodio, I will then have a secret for you with this tie. So now I'm ready. Now that you are jealous of my beautiful tie, I say see you next week and say no to boring skincare, please. So before we go, after everything said with vitamin C, without vitamin C, I just want to say that I think you should activate the bell.